again to highly questionable. What's best on the show today, Bomani?
Something I never thought I'd live long enough to see. Brandon Marshall conducted an interview with Pac-Man Jones on a reputable television network.
Vamos, Papi.
Did the NFL make the right decision by letting the Rams move back to Los Angeles?
It's the easy decision. Look at that. He put a Latin flair on Los Angeles. It's the easy decision. It's safe. The NFL wants a West Coast branch, wants a headquarters in Los Angeles. Now you're going to be able to put bowl games there. You're going to be able to put the draft there. You're going to be able to put all sorts of stuff in one of the largest markets. America's most popular sport needs that customer base, needs that many people. And this is a different time in Los Angeles than it was when the Rams were last in attendance out there in the mid-90s. Different sport, different time, more money. This is where they need to be.
Plus, I mean, why not? Because you love St. Louis that much? I mean, it's in the first time a team has left St. Louis, and let's not forget that St. Louis poached this team in the first place to get it. This is just the game. When a man says, I can write a check for $1 billion to pay the relocation fee and to put the stadium costs in escrow, he can write the $1 billion check himself. Who's saying no to a $1 billion check? The answer? Nobody, not even billionaires.
You know, I just feel bad for St. Louis. They have so many great things there, you know, like,
Yeah, the arch.
yeah, that's right, the arch. That's good, that's good.
Let's be clear. Nobody's winning more than the St. Louis Rams players, and nobody's going to win more than whatever quarterback they draft this year.
Should we congratulate Hugh Jackson on becoming the Browns coach or offer our condolences?
I'm so sorry, Hugh Jackson. I'm really sorry. I know these jobs are hard to get, but this is not one that you want. It swallows people. The quarterback of your team is a star who has a partying problem and may no longer be the quarterback of your team. You got a McCown brother who's 36 years old who may or may not be the quarterback of your team. This is honestly, Bomani, I'm not even joking about this. This is not a job I would want.
You do have to congratulate him for getting the job because, shall we say, a dude like Hugh Jackson isn't necessarily going to get offered that many head coaching jobs. Now, if I were him, I'd have waited to see what happens with the Giants because that's the job where you're least likely to get fired. But when he coached in Oakland, the problem he had, he didn't have control of anything. Cleveland must be giving him control of the things that he wants to have control of, and he's a quarterback whisperer who will have a really high pick in this next draft. I can see why he would choose this job, even if I would say hell no.
This is my impersonation of Johnny Football now, you know?
Oh, look, he's going to trick Hugh Jackson. I could be
Does this mean I can play?
Yes,
Does this mean I got another chance now with a new coach?
Yeah,
Does
might
this
be
mean
able
that?
to trick Hugh Jackson.
That's right,
He
that's
doesn't know
right.
Johnny Manziel in
Yeah,
disguise.
Johnny Manziel's gone. Billy Manziel is here for a tryout.
And he's wearing grapes in his hair.
Do you agree with Adam Jones that if Antonio Brown play, he doesn't owe him an apology?
What a fascinating hill for Pac-Man Jones to die on. His truth or theory that Antonio Brown actually flopped when his body flailed around and he hit the ground and appeared to be unconscious there for a brief second. Here he is on Inside the NFL.
If Antonio Brown don't play, if he doesn't play,
I will send out a
will you apologize
I
and
will.
say that you were wrong?
I will. If he don't play. But you know and I know that when Saturday get here, all that is going out the window, man. Come on, let's talk facts, man. Let's be honest. If you want to be honest now, let's sit here and be honest. Let's talk about what the people want to talk about. Saturday, when Saturday get here, I think they play, 4:45? Whatever time they play. He will be cleared Friday. I promise you, 24 hours before the game.
I want to be grateful publicly for the return of Pac-Man Jones. Keep in mind, by the way, it took all of 2 minutes. He's been repairing his image for 10 years. He went from Adam back to Pac-Man in all of 2 minutes of fighting where there was a coach grabbing dreadlocks. And what's great about this story, beyond all the other things that are great about this story, is Pac-Man Jones is one hell of a friend of Vontaze Burfict, the best friend in sports since Greg Anderson went to jail for Barry Bonds.
Yeah, you kind of forgetting this. He's not the one who hit Antonio Brown. Like, this isn't even his cause, and he's going all the way out on it. And look, he believes every word that he's saying. Look at that clip. That's not a man that's just saying this to say it. He really does think Antonio Brown is faking. I also think Antonio Brown will be playing on Saturday.
But not because he was faking.
You know, Pac-Man Jones, he shouldn't stop there. He should go to the game, and if Antonio Brown plays, you know, he should just run to the field like Joey Porter did.
To do what? Just run on the field?
That's right.
I was right. I'm not apologizing to you.
He is the man who ran out to a fight at midfield with a walking boot on. Like, I think he can find something to do.
I want more Pac-Man Jones in my life, not less.
Should the Patriots consider not playing Chandler Jones this weekend?
Making a moral stand. The Patriots are going to make a moral stand because Chandler Jones has some issues that were supposed to be private that became public. Here's the backstory. He's the brother of Bones Jones. Bones Jones has had some substance issues. Chandler Jones showed up at a police department very near his house disoriented. There seemed to have been a pill problem of some sort. And to me, the most interesting part of this story is that the police appeared to have felt like they were covering this up for the Patriots until it got out because of WEEI and some reporting by the Boston Herald. Should he play? He should play if he's healthy enough to play. To me, more interesting is that the head of security for the Patriots also works with the police department, and they were denying this until they couldn't deny it anymore.
Here's the thing. This happened on Sunday. He went to the hospital. He checked out. He came to work on Monday. As far as the Patriots are concerned, this is over. Their typical concerns about substance abuse in the NFL matters about these drug tests. They don't really care that much if you use drugs. They care if you can pass drug tests. Apparently, he's good enough at passing drug tests. And if you can leave the hospital on Sunday and come to work on Monday, you're going to play on the weekend.
Belichick, he has a black eye, so maybe they were partying together.
Oh, look at that. That sounds like fun. I like to think about that. What did that party look like?
I mean, let's be honest. What are you more curious about? What Chandler Jones was taking or how Bill Belichick wound up with that black eye? Because I got way more questions about him and that black eye.
I'm with Bomani on that.
More impressive clutch decision from LeBron last night. Going for the game-time dunk or the game-winning pass?
Crazy to think that we could call some of these things clutch right now, because years ago we would have killed LeBron for doing such a thing in a game against the Mavericks. So here we go. We're coming down here. This is the end of regulation. And LeBron just dunked on Devin Harris.
He was fouled, too. That should have been called a foul. That was impressive. What about this, Bo?
Watch this.
That's wide open mid-range. Wide open.
Wow.
Right? He went from a good shot to a worse shot that became a great shot.
Yeah, you know, I was set to give him credit for that one because I knew it was going to Kyrie. I knew it was going to be a three. I didn't realize Kyrie was going to be shooting that from Fort Worth with somebody guarding him. How do you pass up that 15-footer?
Well, I'll tell you how this has happened, and it's happened quietly as Steph Curry has taken over the mantle as MVP of this league. Very recently, outside of the paint, LeBron James was shooting 26%. The player you saw in Miami outside the paint from three-point land, the efficient player, that guy no longer exists. That mid-range game isn't what it was, not nearly.
Yeah, you took your talents to South Beach and you left them here.
Oh, come on, Dad.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
Like if I'm driving, facing the windshield, she'll sit with her back toward the passenger seat, the passenger side door, and I rub her feet while I drive.
That's very...
Joining us at the beach today is Kevin Gates.
All right, rapper out of Louisiana. He's got a mixtape out called Luca Brasi 2, and he has an energy drink, IDGT, I Don't Get Tired. Let's get to know him a little bit.
Kevin, what age were you, would you say, when you became a man? How old?
I'm still a baby. I wouldn't even consider myself that right now. I'm still a baby in wisdom, and I'm not trying to be deep with you or anything like that, but I'm still a big kid. Like, I still go home and wrestle with my dogs. I play with my children. I'm still a big kid. I'm reliving my childhood through my children.
Like most people your age who've been through some of the things that you've been through are quick to talk about how they are men. It's kind of surprising to hear you be so quick to say not really.
Not really, because I know that I'm a baby in wisdom, you know, and I'm an individual. I love to learn. I love to learn, and I sit around like, I got one friend. He like 70 years old, and it's like the only person that I spend a lot of time with. And, you know, we go fishing, we sit on the fish pond, we ride, we talk, and somebody might walk up on a conversation and be like, what are y'all talking about? Life in general. Like I tell everybody, I used to think the world wouldn't spin right without me in it. You know, I had a selfish way of thinking at one time. I wanted everything to revolve around me. You know.
What changed you?
Life experiences.
finding out that no matter how you want things, they're gonna go how they're gonna go, whether you like it or not. So you either find the positive in all situations, or be negative, like 90% of the world.
Well, you spent some time in prison. How much of that affected understanding that the world would spin without you? Because when you go in, the world spins.
Yeah, that was the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. That was the most beautiful thing that ever happened to me. I had time to, I guess, learn myself, analyze myself. I had time to reflect. And in those, I guess, this last time I went in, that was the most growth I experienced in such a short amount of time. So
You got a master's in psychology while you were in prison. You developed an affinity for Kipling while you were in prison. What was most impactful about the learning that you did in prison?
I don't really think it was the reading, but I guess if I had to say a book that spoke to me the most would be the Celestine Prophecies by James Redfield. That book changed my life. It talks about, I guess, energy and auras, dealing with individuals.
So you say you don't think it was reading. What was it? Just experience, surroundings?
I think it's that self-reflection. I think it's when you sit back and you reflect. When you look at everything that you've been through and everything that you've accomplished and everything you did, and then you have to say, okay, which one of these moves I made? Which one was healthy out of all of them? Which one was the healthiest move that I made? And like I say, I love growth. And anything not growing is dead, and I just want to keep getting better at whatever I'm doing. So I believe self-reflection is what allows me to grow.
You speak very positively, but you've also been very open about your own depression. So if I go back to the period where you were most depressed before you found positivity, what does that look like?
Brother, I'm going to be honest with you. I have never found positivity. This is a constant battle that I deal with every day. I deal with depression every day. I'm talking about every day, brother. It's a fight. I choose to be positive. I haven't found positivity. I haven't found tranquility. But I know that when I'm in the booth, when I make music, it helps me cope with my day better. It helps me cope with life better to be able to make music. If I wasn't able to make music, I would probably go crazy. And I'm just being honest, and I meet so many people that suffer. I don't say deal with depression, but they suffer from depression, and I tell them that the best way to deal with it is find something that you love doing and do that to the best of your ability. But brother, it's not an hour or a moment that I don't struggle with depression. It's a constant thing. It's ongoing.
Can you explain to the people what the depths of that are like? Because certainly your message is a very positive one.
Like I say, I'm not shooting to be looked at like a saint. I'm not trying to be positive. It's better for me to be that way. And when I get depressed, I don't talk to people. I implode. I become aloof. I stay away from people because it's hard for me to trust. I put my flaws on the table because it's hard for me to remember lies that I made up in the past. So I just put everything on Front Street, and that's my way of dealing with it. The best way for me to deal with it. Other than that, I might go 3-4 days without talking. I might not eat. I really implode. But music is my release. It is my therapeutic release. And when I'm making music, that's when I'm perfect.
Kevin, my father would like a shot at you. Go ahead, Papi.
What is the most romantic thing you have ever done for your life partner?
Oh, nice.
The most romantic
Thing that you have done for your life partner?
for my life partner, well, whenever I drive, she sits sideways. Like if I'm driving, facing the windshield, she'll sit with her back toward the passenger seat, the passenger side door, and I rub her feet while I drive.
That's very nice.
But I do it spontaneously though. I don't do it routinely or anything like that. I like to be spontaneous. And I've always been that type of individual. I guess I get it from my mother's side of the family. They real romantic type people. They love hard.
Yeah, you willing to risk y'all's lives to rub that woman's feet. That's romance
you are
right there,
filled with
boy.
surprises.
Well, I'm really not.
You
I'm
are.
really not risking my life, brother. I mean, because I could drive with my knee, you know, and I'm never not paying attention. I'm never not paying attention to the road. I just put her feet, cause she got some real small, cute, little, beautiful feet, and I just love to rub her feet while I'm driving. Yeah, that's my baby.
Thank you, sir. Good talking to you. Thank you for being on with us.
Believe it.
Gracias, Kevin.
All right, de nada.
How I live, I want them dead presidents. I want to pull up, head spin, get it, get fly. I got 6 jobs, I don't get tired. I don't get tired, I don't get tired. I don't get tired, I don't get tired. Get it, get fly. I got 6 jobs, I don't get tired. I get broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that is emotionally stunted. Do you question?
You give us topics and events, and we question them.
Do you question Kristaps Porzingis' onions?
No more. No more. There is no questioning of the cantaloupes that belong to Porzingis. Look at this, Bomani. Watch this. This man is 7'3". He is 19 years old, and he's open. Bang!
Wow.
That's 7'3" open from all over, Bomani, and knows he should have made it. No problem taking it. No surprise in making it.
World star.
This is in my range.
Wow, this has worked. Like Phil Jackson sold us on this might take a few years. That's like the greatest lie he ever told. This is working right now.
Carmelo Anthony has given over that team a little bit to him, too. He's playing a more efficient game. He's passing the ball. And Porzingis, the onions need to be upgraded. Larger. Grapefruits or cantaloupes?
Was that a trouble?
Oh, yeah, it's a travel.
Oh,
That's
come
a
on.
trouble.
That's a trouble.
That's a trouble.
No.
That's a trouble.
No.
That's a travel.
Took a couple
Nobody
of
could
steps.
believe that was about to happen, so nobody was looking at
No,
his feet
you
or
can't
anything
call
like
a
that.
travel there.
See, yeah.
What a jerk. It's also how my father dances.
Was the
by
Big
way.
Thomas playing? You
When
getting your roll on?
When he gets the tequila in him, that's how he dances.
Do you question display design?
We're told that this is rec league basketball somewhere.
Rec league basketball. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's a little football mixed with, yeah. Basketball, and there it is. Flawlessly executed. That play works low percentage of the time.
Let's also note the fact that one of these teams is approaching this game completely differently than the other. One team has the team name on the front and all that stuff like real live jerseys. The other one is in white T-shirts that they wrote on with Sharpies. And guess what? The guys in the white T-shirts are out here doing shenanigans like football plays. The other ones find this to be an affront to the game.
Can I see the beginning of this real quick? Because that was an alley-oop. See if you can spot the guy on the court here that was not intended for as an alley-oop. I believe that center is your guy that wasn't going to conclude the end of that alley-oop.
I don't.
It's Kevin James running around out there.
I don't think anybody on that team is out here catching the
I
alley-oops,
know,
buddy.
but the center is particularly.
Yeah, I mean,
open.
like how are you saying? The center or the trail man? Which one of them is less likely to catch an alley-oop? You let me know.
Were those the 76ers?
Oh.
You don't know that Hinky's not going to sign one of those guys next year. They're tanking to sign the center.
Do you question if this will be a long-lasting friendship?
Okay, this sounds like an animal question. I feel like this is an animal question. What do we got? Yeah, there you
Well,
go.
kind of.
Yeah, there you go. That's
There's
not
the
gonna.
animal, and then there's the dude in the brown.
That relationship, that friendship will last through
Whoa, did he just cop a field?
dinner.
You see where he put his hand? The bear, I mean.
Is that Tim Cowlishaw?
Oh.
Really? See, I'm surprised. I think some people are saying right there that's Tim Cowlishaw rubbing the bear, and the bear is me. It's shaped like me, big, hairy, and smells like meat.
Tim Cowlishaw isn't that friendly either.
Oh, look at those things. Yeah, thank you for the close-up on the things that will end that man's life and that friendship.
You know, if you have a bear like that, you gotta teach him tricks.
Do we have a bear doing tricks?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow. Is that bear doing tricks or being tricked? Oh, okay.
that is a bear. I mean, look, man, that is tremendous video. This bear is multi multifaceted.
Yeah.
Holy is right, Poppy.
Wow.
I mean, that was a much more impressive bear. It feels like we only showed you that first video so that we could show you the second one.
I think the first bear would be more impressive than the second if either one of them were hungry.
Time to play the game that has a cold, dark hole where its heart should be. See? Oh, no.
I thought he was just going to say a cold, dark hole, and we were left to find out where it was. You tell us what to watch on television tonight. We tell you if we're intrigued or not.
On the Altitude Network, Warriors and Nuggets.
I say yes to all things Warriors. We've got a Steph Curry dribbling drill. He's very good, obviously, with his handle. Let's see that before the game right there, just doing some dribbling around. And now we've got an 11-year-old, Noah Campbell, trying to impersonate it and doing a good job of impersonating it right there. That's pretty good. Is it Noah Campbell or Noah Cutler? Did I pronounce his name wrong? Whatever. Noah Cutler. We'll know that name in the future, 10 years from now. Bomani, are you intrigued?
I am not intrigued, and I would like to note the quickest path to irrelevance in professional sports, be a mediocre team in the Mountain Time Zone. I can't tell you anything about who is their coach?
Who is on the Nuggets? It's not Brian Shaw anymore. Who is their coach? Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued because I think that the Warriors are going to lose tonight. You know who's going to be back in that roster for the Nuggets? The man animal is going to be back. He's back. His wife just gave birth to his second son. He's ready to go. He got fire in his eyes, and he's looking forward to face Steph Curry.
The man animal.
Man animal.
It's the only Nugget we can name.
Moutier.
Mike Miller. Gallinari. That's all we got.
He's out. Or is he in?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Is Mike Miller still in the league?
Mike
He
Miller
is still in the
He's
league.
still in the
He's
league.
still-
I
Mike
can't
Miller
believe
is still
that.
in the league.
Yeah,
No,
is he
surprising.
still playing?
Yes, that's true.
I wonder how he chose Denver.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
2 radio shows for you on ESPN Radio. 10 to 1 Eastern over here, 4 to 7 Eastern over there. ESPN Radio. Check it out. Thanks for watching.
Gracias. See you mañana.
What do you think you'd do with the money, Poppy, if you won the Powerball tonight?
I'm going to celebrate like this.
Wow, this isn't stiff at all.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I forgot the move now.
Strike 3 is the move, Dad.